In the 1990s and early 2000s, it was all about clusters. Now we're hearing about hubs around the industry sectors in the state, including aviation, drones, and photonics. New Mexico has become a leading center of drone testing and research, and not just for military applications. Google bought out one company in Moriarty earlier this year that is developing solar-powered drones, and our congressional delegation is pushing for an advanced photonics manufacturing hub here in our city. Meanwhile, the aviation sector continues to grow, with CSI Aviation acquiring an Australian manufacturer, and plans for a proposed aviation-themed business park unveiled this week. And a different kind of hub, Innovate ABQ, is moving forward after UNM Regents agreed to buy a site near downtown Albuquerque. Rachel, these are well thought out strategies, seemingly, or are people just desperate to get things going in this lingering recession, or is this an absolute corner that we need to take in Albuquerque and just run that way with this Innovate ABQ idea? What's your thought?
I think what's really encouraging here is to see a lot of different tracks on which people are pursuing new types of jobs and new types of growth and employment for our economy. We really need it. The government, which is our biggest employer, is continuing to shrink. So I think people are really starting to feel that urgency that we've got to start working on a lot of new things.
You had a good piece this week on photonics specifically. Could you talk about that a little bit? It was interesting. Dale Decker had a good quote, one of our economic development muckety mucks here in town. People are very excited about photonics. Why all the excitement? What's going on?
It deals with technology that's involved in a lot of things, everything from medical robotics to other more defense type of technology, so it can impact a lot of areas. It has the potential for growth in a lot of areas, and some diversity in jobs and employment that we are really lacking.
Absolutely, and also Sophie Martin, it seems to fit a natural skill set that we have here with photonics. Something seems to be built already. It just needs to get out into the marketplace.
We have some history of successful companies coming out of Albuquerque using these technologies, and so I think it was not surprising to me to hear our senators say, for instance, that they thought that this was a good idea,
right?
And that this would be a focus for the future.
That's right.
It's certainly, you always want to be aware of, are we building clean technologies, what will be the water usage, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But it does seem like a reasonable fit for us.
Just to be clear on the photonics thing, there's actually some impetus coming out of the federal government.
Yes.
They're looking for places to do this. And I love the opportunism at play here, Tom. This is what it's all about with economic development. You see an opportunity, you run towards it, and you make your pitch.
Yeah, and you know what I really like about the companies that you talked about in your lead-in is that for the most part these are private sector companies that are looking for opportunities to expand. So it's the market that's determining we need to be successful.
Right.
And New Mexico has such a great base for manufacturing jobs, whether it's for the photonics manufacturing that the Department of Defense is looking to do, or helping with the new CSI aviation in building these new hover kind of aircraft and such. There's a lot of capacity for different reasons. But it's very encouraging, I think, from a business perspective, to see business taking the bull by the horns and saying we just need to get going on this.
Love the word capacity there in that context. That was very interesting. And on the aviation sector specifically, I'm interested in your thoughts on the plan. I love the plan. I should just show my cards right there. Right off of Gibson, crossing the golf course, you can see that runway that's been shut down since 2012. It's a very aggressive plan for that area. It's wonderful.
It's the Aviation Center for Excellence, ACE, right? And it's got a cool name too. You get an acronym. It's got to be successful. But Hunt Development is the one who's spearheading that whole project, and Hunt has a very strong track record in Texas and other areas of making successful projects. Just seeing the layout of this, I think, is very encouraging as well, because the opportunity it provides, not just for retail in an area where you need a lot of retail, but also in the aviation-specific industries that they have portioned out on that former runway that's being decommissioned. I think it's a great opportunity.
That's right. Little retail in there too. You can get to it off of Gibson. It's very interesting. Drones, Laura Sanchez, seems to be an interesting thing here. Let me take us back a couple of years. There was a little whisper campaign about the upcoming drone economy that people weren't quite ready to embrace here in New Mexico. And now that it seems more real, and the Vernon Rayburn sale is a huge deal out in Moriarty, I mentioned, for Google. Are we off and running on drones here? Is this a good thing for New Mexico? What are we going to get out of this drone thing, I guess, is my overall question.
Well, hopefully more jobs.
Hopefully,
a place to be a sort of go-to in terms of manufacturing for that, and a technology center for drones. I'm not sure that it's sort of the widespread application yet of the technology, but it seems to be something that a lot of companies are looking at in the private sector, and then of course we know about the the military aspect of it or defense opportunities in it. So I think that it's a good direction to be going in. Again, if a lot of these deals are done structured properly with the right clawbacks and the incentives are there, but there's also protection for the local communities, the counties and cities that are involved. I think they can be done
That's right.
well, and it's an important step forward for New Mexico in our economy.
But Sophie, are drones possibly just the latest federal gold rush for New Mexico to rush to instead of building a more vigorous private economy?
It's not an unreasonable question. What seems to me to be happening right now, though, is that there is a decent amount of kind of, to use the old phrase, public-private partnership happening. That there is the push through the government. They do seem to be interested in locating, is it Holloman Air Force Base that we've got training
That's right.
for drone flight
Are
happening.
they called pilots? What are they called? I'm not
I think
even
they
quite
might be
sure
called
what
pilots.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we do see that governmental opportunity here, but we're also seeing the rise of the, I almost made a Terminator's comment there. We're seeing the rise of the drones. We're seeing the rise of private business, and that's what's so encouraging about this,
Okay.
is that it's not just in the government's hands,
Good.
and that the two could work together.
Interesting. And Rachel, on staying with drones here, obviously it's gone well beyond a military application, in case people are still just wondering about that. I'm amazed at how folks are using drones out there. It's really quite something when you look around the world.
It is really
Sheep
interesting.
farmers in Scotland are using drones.
Right.
It's amazing, you know.
There's a lot of neat things that people are exploring out there. Some of them are raising some very interesting questions, but definitely the question that you raised and that Sophie was addressing, it seems like it's becoming far beyond, it will evolve into far beyond a governmental opportunity. It will
Right.
potentially create a lot of opportunity for private business, and I think people are already seeing that and wanting to capitalize on
Now,
it.
to that end, if I may just throw in,
Yeah.
the one thing that we're not really seeing right now is, because I think that government on the legislative level and the executive level are slow to react,
Right.
is that we're not really seeing the laws that will help to create a real space for drones.
right.
In our airspaces,
That's right.
in our economy, et cetera. And so we've got that coming up.
Yeah, that's interesting. And for the news business as well. We're trying to get some clarity on that, about how to
Yeah,
use
right?
drones,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Well, and, I mean, it's an issue that
Yeah.
we see at the Balloon Fiesta, who we work with, because people want to take pictures in the air, but it's a restricted airspace.
I see.
But when you look at the drone aircraft, it's really no stranger to New Mexico because out at Cannon Air Force Base, they have the Raptor and Predator programs that have been based out there for a number of years, and so I think it's a real niche area that New Mexico has an area to opportunity to really focus on.
I read an article, I think some folks at New Mexico State were proposing using them to fly up and down power lines for inspection.
Check them. Oh, that's interesting.
It's a brilliant idea. Why would you want to put two guys in a truck driving hundreds of miles? If you get what I mean. There's opportunity. Now, coming up, we talked to federal, state, and local officials about when we might see a plan for cleaning up the jet fuel spill at Kirtland Air Force Base.